Hi everyone, welcome to today's meeting, transmission and co-creation. This platform is for light workers or just simply kindred soul groups that come together to hold the light, to be anchoring the new earth, fifth dimensional and higher templates, so that we on this platform can share codes and develop through each now moment a heart-centered, benevolent, life-affirming, kind, compassionate, loving world. So it is. People are still entering the platform, so I started on time, which is unusual. I wanted to know that as we are developing on our pathless path, we learn and things that I've been practicing for many years are actually now coming into embodiment. And of course, I knew this for many years, that everything is energy. Everything is energy, and what lies beyond energy is consciousness. So consciousness is just an unmanifest attribute of energy. And the fastest way now, and maybe the only way, is to tune humanity. I'm just letting people in. Tune humanity to that level of open-heartedness, unconditional love, truth, wisdom, and authenticity. The only way to do that is to tune the body. And if you notice, this is exactly what we were doing through chakra work. So we either do energy work or we do consciousness work, or we do both. Usually it starts with energy work and then it moves into consciousness work. And as we are tuning this vessel to your highest home frequency, which is available to you right now, you abide in the reality which is now being actualized moment to moment here on this planet. Because this planet had been, by agreement, by each one of us agreeing to it, we've fallen into this radical duality. Yes, and now we're slowly bringing this duality into unity. And we see this on a cellular level, on an individual level, on a collective level as humanity as a collective, on a universal level. Because even as Earth is part of the universal and multiversal oneness, everything, the experiences that consciousness is experiencing through Earth is shifting up into a higher state of consciousness. The multiverse is adjusting to that. It's modulating and adjusting, harmonizing along with this planet. So nothing is separate. Everything is very intrinsically connected. And I would like us to consider that when we talk, most of all of us actually are in inner light already. Inner light is that modality in the on the consciousness scale where we know and embody. Actually, I've seen this physically when my teacher was teaching me that those people who do not have their inner light activated, it's like they have to pull in their light beam into the physical body, and it's usually hovering just above the head, just very little. And then what happened is that I guess my teacher pulled my light into this body deeper, meaning the embodiment happened deeper, so that I can then hold that oneness with consciousness. And then the way I was developing stronger and stronger my light quotient, and it's developing for you, for me, for everybody, moment to moment, because the light is getting stronger on earth. And this staying one with your light encompasses the entire teaching. So so just notice that this question that you just asked, how can we pull it in? I mean, obviously there's nothing to be pulled. I'm just talking in human terms. All you can actually do is that you're recognizing that there is, every single human being has this automatic connectedness, this flow to their light. And the only thing that can seemingly not allow that light to be embodied is the density of this vessel. And so when you've been doing this work for a while, so I'm sure that your light is already in. So let's assume it is already embodied in the body. But then what happens is that light starts reconfiguring each chakra. That's what's happening. So your experiences in the outside world are going to mirror what chakra is actually being reconfigured energetically in your life. As the light is seamlessly, because you don't know it consciously, your light is actually working within this physical body as well, because you're not just this physical body. And the whole root of separation is your belief that you are this physical body. And also the root of separation is that you think that the thoughts that you're thinking are your thoughts. So know that there are thoughts occurring in the morphogenetic field, which is your extended energetic field. And depending on how dense your body is, or how much light you have been able to hold within your cells, that those are going to be the thoughts you're going to be resonating with. But you may have had worked on yourself for a long time, and you may have still suicidal thoughts, but that just means that some of the energy centers have blockages along the spine. So you're not always going to stay in that kind of repetitive loop thinking of, oh, I just don't want to be here, I want to die. It's usually when the light is trying to break through these passageways. Now the whole spiritual work, which I don't like to call spiritual work, is about tuning the body, just like a tuning fork is tuning this seemingly material form, which is just a conglomerate of vibrations. Yes, it is very necessary. I find that chakra work is the only thing for me, and I see other teachers do that too. Chakra work is that one thing that lifts these densities the fastest way, although you have to find ways that are most beneficial for you. So let's start. I'm just going to clear. These are high-pitched sounds. High-pitched sounds are these particular ones are angelic sounds. And what they do is they automatically clear the space of any dense vibrations. So let's do that. Okay. And you can also just generate this sound that you're hearing and pull it into the spine. And while I'm doing these sounds, start connecting with your breath and just move the breath from the root chakra, which is the tip of your tailbone, all the way to your crown and beyond. And we're slowly, slowly, slowly connecting to our breath. And we're call in your being deeper into this vessel. So this is what I'm talking about. Your being is not just this vessel. You are consciousness, which is everything and nothing at the same time. But then you have gradations. Gradations is levels of material emanation throughout densities and throughout dimensions. So you may be present throughout many dimensions as well as densities. And what we are working on, so the one way and the most potent way to shift this plane of density, Earth, because even Earth has many densities present, but let's say what we call our third dimensional existence here on Earth, what would fastest help us evolve is when we shift this multi-dimensional soul deeper and deeper into the body. Because the soul is usually hovering outside of the physical body. The soul starts integrating with the physical body once the nervous system, once the chakras, the mental body, the emotional body, the astral body, spiritual body are cleansed of very rough samskaras which you have gathered throughout many, many, many lifetimes. And samskaras are just the Vedic expression of energetic imprinting. And that energetic imprinting that is not aligned with your true being. You're still breathing, and if you're not, then you're noticing that your breath is not moving unobstructedly from the root all the way to the crown and dropping back. Let's take 3 breaths together, and our intention for today is bringing the light of the soul along with the light of the spirit deeper and deeper into this body vessel, allowing that unobstructed space to be opened up for this God vibration, which is your soul, your spirit. So let us inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. We connect to the essence of our higher self and call in your higher self. So your higher self and your soul are actually much larger than the physical body per se, but you do feel, it's almost like you feel a different presence. You feel a different situatedness in this realm, because when due to excessive thinking, which is due to trauma, which is due to unresolved emotions, the light that you are is obstructed by density. And if the light is obstructed by density, then you're mirroring only your pain into the world, and the world mirrors your pain back. And just breathe further, deepening into your own self, which is a very direct experience. And today, because I trust that we all have connected with our inner light, I'm asking us to connect with our guides and declare I am my I am presence. That is your Christed Sophia consciousness of unity. And I am one with Mother, Father, God, and declare that only the highest love, light, wisdom can come through this co-joined space of co-creation. Because right now we have countless light beings assisting us. I'm going to call in our galactic guides who serve the light. Calling in the galactic guides. And we can activate our 12th dimensional shield of protection by placing yourself in a light tube from your Earth Star chakra all the way to Source. And I'm also calling in the 12th dimensional shield of protection for the group field, the group morphogenetic field. And we call in our home vibration. That is your oneness with Source. calming, activating, harmonizing all your bodies through all space, time, density, and dimension. And you will find, this is a Shiva teaching, that you're automatically moved into your heart space. It's like the heart calibrates your space of emptiness. Do not be afraid of emptiness. Usually the ego doesn't know what to do with that. So you're almost like you're being pulled into this 0 point at the back side of your heart. From all space, time, dimension, and density. And just feel, this is your inner light. The inner light is always there. It just might be not a solid line, if we want to talk in terms of human language. If you consider the shaft of light, it's a lightless light, but it is the most effulgent, the strongest emanation, the only thing actually that exists. Nothing else exists, just the self. And the self is that which connects you, which is you, but at the same time it connects you to everything. And there's a trick that if you that the self that you call yourself, your limited self, can never know your natural being, which is the ultimate self, the supreme self. Because the only way to know the supreme self is to be the supreme self. So it's happening right now. We're getting a lot of assistance. So there's either an identity or there's the supreme self. And yes, there are stages between. Before we would go into a harmonization, an energetic recalibration and healing and releasing of the densities, I'm also asking as an intention to create this automatic knowing of the sphere of Amenti, the sphere of Amenti, connecting to our luminescent diamond plasma light bodies. And the sphere of Amenti, the halls of Amenti, are the Akashic records that contain your most natural blueprint and all the energetic data that humanity needs at this moment to return to their angelic and beyond state. I'm asking a direct access to for each one of us, a direct access to the sphere of a mentee, because we agreed, brothers and sisters, to forget. So we've sunk into this deep disconnectedness and forgetfulness, and identified ourselves only with our greatest limitation. And yes, know that limitation teaches you most directly and rapidly. Because in realms that do not contain duality, your evolution is not so fast, it's not so rapid. Or if we do not want to use the word of time, rapid, fast, then we can use as source is experiencing itself through you. And let's say you brought yourself into this limited form. Source wants to experience what does it feel like to be something that it is not. But at the same time, it is that. So do you get it? All of this is based on paradox. Even the ancient Greeks taught us that the only truth is paradox. It's expressed through paradoxes. And you see why is truth a paradox? Is because it will arrest the mind. The mind wants to know, is it this or that? Right or wrong? But the paradox contains both at the same time. And now we are meeting these paradoxes individually in this realm. And it's confusing to us the way we are living our reality at the moment. But this, I'm telling you, is temporal. It is just for the sake of harmonizing these extreme polarities. Harmonizing the polarity. You have this automatic connection to your pranic channel. Your spine being that conduit that connects you to Source, also to this planet. So I am asking, as I am, to connect each one of us to the Schumann resonance of the place that you are located. Activate, harmonize, plug into the fifth dimensional crystalline grid, plug it in, and now we are weaving our webbing. You see, with your own embodied light, you're weaving the webbing of this creation as a being of creation. So just imagine that God is creating through you. All you need to do is identify this very limited sense of yourself, your ego, conditioning as a program. And of course, the ego conditioning is is a type of program that seems very confusing and hard to understand. So all we can do is move beyond it. And you see, when you, right now, as you're plunging deeper and deeper into the stillness that Shiva, or Babaji, Ramana, Yogananda, Sri Yukteswar, have all taught us about. We move beyond the program and see it. And I'm also calling you to this place in order to start becoming these master energy workers. As we need to move beyond energy in order to become masters of energy, it makes sense. And masters of energy just means that you are tuning your being to your highest potential, highest home vibration. Just visualize a light blue ball in front of your chest. And this is a white, lightish blue electric ball. And it moves fast. And you bring it into your heart space and just feel this beautiful light blue, whitish light blue electric ball. And it's creating this expansiveness. If you want to identify consciousness with anything, it's this quality. Light blue, whitish, electric light. And this is just one facet of Source. There are many rays, and these many rays could be understood as qualities of wisdom, consciousness, love. And we are just playing with this one right now. And this ball, as it's moving in your chest, I'm asking to harmonize the heart. And this ball is moving, 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 deepening us all, the group field, morphogenetic fluctuations. It's bringing down to silence, silence, silencing the mind. And the heart is now expanding into the throat. Just let them vibrate together, because once we open the heart, we also need to harmonize the throat. They work together. So I ask them to be harmonized and calibrated to our highest potential and adjusting all of the organs and systems that belong to the heart and belong to the throat. With the spin velocity of this ball of light. And the velocity will be adjusted according to each body, mind, soul conglomerate. Now, and then the ball is expanded into the solar plexus. I'm asking this light of consciousness to harmonize, upgrade all the organs and systems that are connected to the solar plexus, to the heart and to the throat. Now we have this extended ball of light. And what we're doing is that we're deepening deeper and deeper into the silence of your being. And notice if your mind becomes a little bit more active, breathe into the count of 5, and then you breathe out to the count of 5, and you allow to center your consciousness to the middle of your chest. We have so much support at this time. And the mind cannot grasp the necessity to plunge into silence. And the necessity is that you move beyond the program. And once you do move beyond the program, you connect to your intuition, your knowing, your wisdom, your expansiveness and love. Because then you are open to the infinity of yourself. You're not only limited to this very dense program of the mind, which identifies very rigidly to this inverted 3D matrix. I'm asking now that each body, mind, soul complex be reconfigured to drop deeper and deeper into the space of their natural being. And just feel, what does it feel like experientially? Sometimes you fall asleep. Sometimes you become so relaxed that the mind just gives up, puts you to sleep. Sometimes you experience facets of your multidimensionality until you're blasted open. Shiva is that force that seemingly to the ego is a destructive force. He's not a creator or a sustainer, he's the destroyer. But what does it destroy? It destroys everything that is not in alignment with your natural self. Deepening into this harmonization of the heart, the solar plexus, and the throat. And a lot of us have been experiencing the cleansing of the throat chakra. It's happening collectively. And we now move into, of course, engaging the Alta Major Chakra at the back side of your head, but at the same time, the third eye. This spinning is faster with this ball of light, and we move into the sacral area. Know that your sexual powers, which is your life force, and please allow now your ideas about sexuality to be transformed through the spinning of this consciousness ray. I'm asking for the harmonization of the third eye with the sacral now. Let's inhale from the third eye. Drop it into the sacral. Exhale. Inhale from the sacral. And push it up until the third eye. I'm asking these energies to return to their purity. Recalibrate them to their full angelic potentiality of creating galaxies, creating different dimensions, realms of never-ending expansion, reseeding, meaning seeding again, these new planets, new spaces of joy, creativity, laughter, unconditional merging with others. I'm asking all of these very limiting, energetic inversions that have cut the contact between the third eye and the sacral to now start dissolving. You are fire itself, the fire of consciousness that is here as your most vast, benevolent love that is creating. It never stops. It's just creating its own love into being. Love is being created into being. Every emanation is love. Every emanation now. I'm asking this stroboscopic pulsation. I'm asking from the sphere of Amenti right now, this stroboscopic pulsation that is fastening, making it more rapid, our remembrance of our generator, creator beings. Do it now, stroboscopic emanation. So what you're doing is you are expanding through the center of this planet, through your heartbeat. The heartbeat is actually dictating the stroboscopic pulsation of time, space, harmonics of light and sound from the purest emanation of Source. It's now going from the center of this planet throughout the layers of this physical earth into the stratosphere of this earth, all the way pulsating out into the galaxy. And I ask now this pulsation. The pulsation helps to clear all the layers of the inverted matrix. And I'm asking now that our sacral centers be aligned with the heart and with the throat and with the third eye and with the solar plexus. The torus field is now cleansing. The torus field is that morphogenetic field that is in contact with your individual and multiversal soul self. It's feeding that information in and out of itself. So I'm asking now to create a unified torus field in the group. I'm asking all the guides to help us harmonize a unified torus field, and starts pulsating out to your heart, wisdom, love, oneness with the self. See your chest being lit up, and now we're using the next ray, the golden crystalline rainbow light, and it's pulsating into all the spheres of time, space, dimension, density. This is all a harmonization process. And just see how this beautiful light, the electric light, blue white light, is spreading to your root and your crown, so that this pulsation becomes even more active, even more strengthened. And this electricity is now spread into your root. The root is at the tip of your tailbone. And the electricity is recalibrating your extended morphogenetic field. So I'm also asking for those souls who are ready to now start breaking through all of the density, layering, and veiling. So for those who are ready, so very carefully, I'm asking consciousness to assist to break the layering, the veil between all among all the densities. Just see as you're dropping into the nature of your being, which is paradoxically pure silence, pure emptiness, pure fullness, pure joy, pure love, pure expansiveness. I'm asking all the traumas to be removed from the root chakra now. I'm asking the full release through this electric force now of all the traumas from all timelines, lifetimes, spaces, time, space continuums, densities, and dimensions. Allow your tailbone to start spinning anti-clockwise with this electric light blue light source fire. Source fire activate. Source fire activate now. Shooting up your spine. Source fire activate. Aligning with the two sacred rivers. The three rivers flow into one at the third eye. Modulating the fire past your crown into your causal chakra, soul star chakra, stellar gateway, the ninth chakra, which is the consciousness blueprint chakra. So I'm asking all the abstractions to be broken through. We are ready. We are called in the now. We've learned from the veiling, thank you. We learned from our limitation, thank you. We have become masters of limitation, thank you. So we can move beyond limitation, thank you. So lifting up, so once we activated the tailbone, root chakra, locus, XY, coordinate, body, mind, soul conglomerate, each body, mind, soul conglomerate is now, breathe. With the help of your breath, you're moving all of these traumatic imprinting up the spine from the root. Inhale. And just pull it up and out of the body. Exhale. The next inhale. Keep your breath as you exhale. You're exhaling all the heaviness now that is being released through the trauma imprinting. Inhale again. And release, let the trauma leave. And drop to the back. beyond the energy. And if your mind is asking, where is that? Just laugh. You don't need to know. You know. And I'm asking now the halls of Amenti to be reconfigured, the sphere of Amenti. Reconfiguring our angelic blueprint now. Meaning we use the halls to download all the light information that we need to ascend. And now I'm calling in the white crystalline living plasma rainbow light. It's a diamond spinning in your heart, and it's spinning extremely fast. White diamond plasma rainbow diamond. Collapsing any and all obstructions between the koshas, the layers, the sheaths of your body. There are 5 sheaths. Any and all obstructions that does not allow for the highest benevolent oneness, love, wisdom, information to flow through the antennas of your DNA. I'm asking now with this crystalline liquid plasma rainbow fire to be extinguished. The fire is actually dissolving. All of the energetic and more subtle imprinting, quantum imprinting of your limitedness. And I'm just being told that a lot, this energy in the group also is echoing that sometimes we are so addicted to our pain because it had become our personality that we are not now allowing this light to penetrate the deepest crevices of this dense energetic imprinting. So just come along, do not start panicking. Come along and say, I am ready. I'm ready to dissolve everything and anything that stands in the way of the merging with the self. And dear beloveds, it's all just a removing of cobwebs. You blow them up, these cobwebs, into horrors throughout lifetimes, and let's just clean the cobwebs. That's all we're doing. Stroboscopically, it's a pulsation of your heart, pulsating this crystalline plasma, liquid, living, rainbow light out from the heart flame outward into all space-time, all density and dimensions now. get to know your magnificent diamond light body. And now all the light codes, all the frequencies that are coming into our morphogenetic field, can allow them to be embedded into the cellular memory on a quantum level. And as they're flowing through the body vessel, allow them to flow through your feet into the heart of Mother Earth. You're one with Mother Earth as well. Even if some of you want to deny it. Feel the shift. There's a new playground, beloved. There's a new playground. There is a new playground of being. It's right here. I'm asking this living plasma diamond rainbow light to start removing any and all remaining obstructions from the heart field, resonance field. Beautiful. Harmonizing all the planes of existence. Allowing your own heart, your inner teacher, to lead you beyond duality. Acknowledging, loving, being thankful, feeling gratitude for the duality, but knowing your true natural being. So it is your true natural being that plays with duality. And as soon as you catch on to the game, then you just play. And you don't identify, you don't leech onto experiences on the playground. I ask now an automatic download of your being now. So what does it feel like? It's much more spacious. It allows your breath to just flow. It feels the body. It hears all the sounds, feels all the feelings. And it also has an ability to tap into all of the planes of existence, all dimensions and densities. That is your being. And this electric light blue white sphere is now harmonizing everything in the morphogenetic field. With the Andromeda gateway, central sun, great central sun. Downloading the knowing that all is well. Everything is exactly the way it needs to be. Melting any and all memory of anxiety from the self. Remove, clear, delete. Thank you. Upgrading the vagus nerve, sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. I'm asking, calling in our angelic medical teams right now. Adjusting the spin rate of the morphogenetic field in order to harmonize the nervous system of these body, mind, soul complexes now. And I ask for the download of the knowing how to harmonize the nervous system naturally for each one of us. Because your reality is usually in line with the state of your nervous system. Harmonizing the left brain and the right brain, the amygdala, the pituitary, pineal glands, harmonizing and clearing all poison from the blood stream, allowing for the full crystallization of the blood, the radical cleansing of the lymphatic system and the free flow of the lymph nodes, so that anywhere if there's an obstruction, I'd like to ask for the obstruction to be removed the most gentle, life-affirming way. I've been called to heal the womb, the cervix, also the hara, so the genitals in general, healing the liver, spleen, lungs, heart, tonsils. And if you do not have tonsils, I ask for the energetic template of the tonsils to be now recuperated right now, here and now. Thank you. Beautiful. And now, as you take 3 breaths, inhale, exhale. You feel the body, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Dropping back into this XY coordinate in space-time, but being fully known in the knowing that this is not all there is. You can expand, you can also limit yourself at your free will, because that's what you are, consciousness, playing with form, and form is energy, and energy is light and sound vibration. And light and sound vibration is consciousness, and consciousness is love. And it has many attributes. I thank all the guides hereby present. I thank all of the light codes that we've been blessed by through our merging holographic field. I thank for this teaching. And I thank for the participation of these body, mind, soul complexes. This is what the unity field required to bring about, then bring through and create through this love portal of light. I ask, dear Mother, Father, God, to seal this transmission in all the 4 directions, all the 4 spaces. I ask that this light information, light codes be fully unpacked in our cellular memory, upgrading the DNA, RNA, thank you, thank you, thank you. Let us rise. It is through your knowing of your inner light that you rise, that you heal into your own wholeness. And yes, it is a process of rehabilitating your memory, memory of your wholeness. And specifically what happened to this body, mind, soul conglomerate, she was really bothered by this concept of self-love. But once she recognized her own light, and that light was then strengthening, it's still strengthening, that self-love is intrinsically, generically opening up. And I would call this the only creative force, your own self-love. Because your own self-love is the love of the self, which is your true being. And as you're rehabilitating this small self and you're giving it, you're merging it with the big self, which is the only self, the only reality, then your outside reality is echoing that back. That's what it's doing. It's actually your outside, seemingly outside reality is echoing back the level of your own self-love. Or in other words, it echoes back to what level do you allow the self, which is the purity of your being, to be echoed through you. So if there's obstructions, then you run into some pain and suffering that's still identified with the ego. And your light is teaching you how to be kind, loving, accepting towards yourself, so that slowly, slowly you can be the same with everybody else. Or harmonizing that input-output. Because some of us are really nice to others, but very, very unkind to ourselves. Or some of us are very kind to ourselves, which is questionable, and very unkind to others. But these are just trauma responses. And so all of this leads back to the only purpose, which is the service to other. And the service to other is the only way to realign with Mother, Father, God, yourself. Service to other. Thank you for this space of co-creation.